Hello friends, welcome to my video. Here I am going to show my 5 days trip to South Island. That was started from Christchurch airport, and our first destination was Lake Tekapo and the church that situated near to Lake Tekapo, that is the Good Shepherd Church, and that is one of the famous destination at the tourist destination. And even in the spring, or it is autumn, or in winter, that has its own beauty. And then the second destination was Mount Cook. It was very heavy rain there, but still we could see some of the beautiful sceneries, but we could not reach the peak of the Mount Cook because of this bad weather. And we saw the Blue Lake that was near to the Mount Cook, but due to the bad weather it was not very clear. And then the second day, the first destination was this, that is called the Baldwin Street. That is one of the steepest street in the world. And our second destination of the second day was Allen's Beach. There we can see some sea lions that is near to you. And then the third day, that was the Milford Sound, the magical Milford Sound. It was heavy rain the initial hours, but later the weather became good and we could enjoy. Fortunately, we could see some dolphins also. There was 2-3 dolphins playing at this mountain, this Milford Sound, and our cruise Milford driver drive us to near to the waterfall that is also in the Milford Sound. So we could not forget that wonderful experience. Milford Sound cost us around $200 per person. That may vary, depends on the season you go. However, that is a must-do experience. I really recommend to do that. However, if it is raining, there might be some differences. The driver take you to near to the waterfall. That will be a really wonderful experience. You will really enjoy that. And this trip may last nearly 2 hours. So it is really worthy. And then the way back from Milford Sound, the next place is Mirror Lake. As it is rainy, the lake reflection is not very perfect. However, it is good to watch. When the way back to anau to Queenstown, it was snowing. Even though it was autumn, because of the polar blast, there was so heavy snow. So literally we were trapped in that snow, and that was a horrible experience for us. However, that was a kind of different experience. So that lasted around 4 hours. So the road was blocked because of the snow. So we waited nearly 4 hours, and then we could travel to our destination. So our destination was Queenstown. So we reached the Queenstown at the midnight. So the midnight was not very crowded in the Fairburger. So we could reach Fairburger, and then the next morning we started from there to Arrowtown. So Arrowtown is one of the beautiful destinations near to Queenstown. So the Arrow Town also was very snowy, but we somehow managed to visit some of those places, but not all. Then our next destination was the Wanaka tree and Wanaka lake. So the journey towards Wanaka lake was beautiful. There were so many beautiful mountains, and then the Wanaka, the famous Wanaka tree, was our next destination. So the Wanaka lake, the full of the Wanaka lake is very beautiful, and the autumn color was not yet changed. And here we go, the lake Wanaka and the Wanaka tree. So this Wanaka tree is one of the most famous Wanaka tree. And here, and the next day, our journey was in Fox Glacier, the helicopter journey. So we stayed in Fox Glacier, and this helicopter ride was in Franz Josef Glacier. So this helicopter ride was an unexplainable experience. So it took around 25, actually we paid for 25 minutes, but it lasted more than 25 minutes. It was nearly 40 minutes. So it is unexplainable. So we literally landed in the snow, and we were only 6 members in the helicopter and plus pilot. So we were just 7 members in total. So our helicopter landed in the snow. That is the peak of mountain, a snow mountain, and we could see so many glaciers. And the main Franz Josef Glacier, that was one of the biggest glaciers of New Zealand. So this was one of the wonderful experiences I ever had in New Zealand. So that is really must-do experience. So I really recommend to do that. And it is better you have some hand gloves and some other things to protect from the cold. Obviously the mountain has so much cold. So the helicopter team, the pilot was very friendly, and he allowed you to play, and he allowed you to take a video and everything you can play at the mountain. And there were so many tourists, including so many visitors from other countries like Spain, Germany and all. So it was one of the best experiences I ever had in New Zealand. So I really recommend. There were some Indian people also I could watch. And the helicopter ride really worth. And then our next destination was journey was train journey from Greymouth to Christchurch. So we never travelled in a repeated mode. So this time we travelled from train. So we dropped off our car at the Greymouth, and then we took train from Greymouth to Christchurch. So this journey took around 4 hours. This train is called as TranzAlpine train. So this TranzAlpine train is really famous. And then next to us, our Christchurch. So the next morning we reached at Christchurch, and we tried to cover some of the famous Christchurch destinations. So I really recommend to go with the tram. So tram ride costs around $40. So that is unlimited. So you can hop on and hop off as many as you want. And then this is the punting. So this punting activity also cost $40. And this tram ride was really beautiful. So This tram ride covers almost all places,
number 18. This is known as New Regent Street.
Places of Christchurch.
Again, it's its own hospitality entertainment hub.
That was really beautiful.
Beautiful little street,
So
opened in 1932.